we'll go ahead and get started here. First with math, of course, but before we get started with math, I'm gonna make a couple of announcements just to make sure that you guys understand a few things, as I'm regularly reminding you of some things. But first of all, you are required to take the spelling trial test. That's not an option. You are required to take it, and on Thursday, and then send me a picture so I can grade it and get it back to you. That is not optional. If you send me your regular test without the trial test, I will count that as a 0 until you do the trial test. The trial test should be a lot easier. So study for it on Thursday and take it on Thursday and send me a picture of it. You have no option. You have to take the trial test. Does everybody understand that? Good. Okay. Wasn't waiting for an answer on that one. You are required to take it. Okay. Even if you know you're going to fail it, you have to take it. Okay. I see somebody just came on. Who is that? That's Nathan. So Nathan just announced that you have to take the spelling trial test. You have no choice. Now you have been, I think. You're about the only one that does everything on the day that it's due. We had a science quiz. I think it was yesterday, or day before, maybe it was. Day before yesterday. Only one person has taken it and sent me a picture of it. 11C. One person in both classes has taken it, and that's Nathan. You are required to do the work you're given each day, guys. Don't save it up. You're only going to make it harder on yourself. All right. Already I'm entering grades in, and I'm seeing several missing assignments from people, and so you have to make sure you're keeping up with your work. Yes, David.
I sent a photo to you for quiz 11C yesterday.
On the text?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you just sent it yesterday though. That's right. Okay, so that one I didn't have yet, but in there. But you are the only other one then. Still, that's 2 people out of 17 that we have left in the class that are taking it. Yes, Yuri.
Yeah.
Your microphone's off. Can't get it to work. I don't know.
Where's your eraser?
Oh, found it.
All right, so somebody sent me a message explaining something to me about work. Look, you guys need to set a time for yourselves. All right, I'm trying to get. At first, I was kind of letting everybody be flexible, and you can still be flexible, but you need to set a time for yourself of when you're going to get your work done. It takes about 4 or 5 hours. If you've got no missing assignments, that's on the worst day. So other days it's going to be easier. Doesn't take a lot of time to do the work. Shouldn't take a lot of time to do the work if you actually sit down and do it. And I guarantee you 4 or 5 hours is going to be more than enough to listen to all the videos, do the interactive class, and do the work that you have to do if you just sit down and do it. Now, some of you, I don't know why, you just have a hard time getting motivated, and I understand that, and that's fine. But you've got to get yourself a set time. That way you understand, and make sure it's a time when your parents are okay with it too. Because if you're saying I'm going to do it in the evening, and you know that's a time your parents are going to take you somewhere, or that they're home from work or whatever it is, don't make it during that time. That's not a wise thing to do. You really need to make it at a time when you're going to be able to do it. And so if you know you're going to have something happen, hold on, David. If you know you're going to have something happen later that day, like something that you already planned, your parents, you know you're going to go shopping with them, whatever it might be. Although there's not a lot we can do nowadays, like go to church or anything, or if you know you have to watch church service online, don't make the plan for that time. Make it another time during the day. And if you say, well, I don't have enough time to do it, then get up earlier. Okay, it's not that hard to get up early. You guys used to get up at 7 o'clock. Most of you 7 o'clock, maybe 6:30. So it shouldn't be that difficult for you to get up now, unless you're going to bed at midnight, 1, 2 in the morning. Then it does make it difficult to do that. But if you know that you need to get up early in order to get the work done, then just plan to do that. And then that way you'll be ready to get the work done. Look, once the work's done, you're done for the day. Now, for those of you that have a lot of missing assignments already, even for this quarter, you need to make sure that you do your regular work first. Don't do missing assignments. Do the regular work first. then come back and do the missing assignments, spend a little bit of time doing it. If you do a little bit of missing assignments each day, as long as you get your regular work done, you're going to get caught up with it pretty quickly. You'd be surprised. The wise thing would be to get your work done every day. And you don't have to have missing assignments, and then you won't have to worry about it. All right. Now, Elijah, you missed some things already because you're about 7 minutes late, but you'll have to come back and listen to it. But one of the things I did say was you have to do your trial test on Thursday. You're required to do it. It's no option. You can't just skip it and do the regular test. Do the trial test. Send me a picture of it on Thursday. Okay? A lot of you have been skipping it completely, and then some of you aren't even doing the regular spelling test. And so you need to make sure you do it. If you send me the regular spelling test without the trial test, you will not be counted until you send me the trial test. Does everybody understand? So do the trial test. So you say, oh, I'll just do the regular test. No, you do the regular test. That's fine. However, you're going to miss out on it then. I see we're missing Nazar still. Let me see if I can get a hold of him. Well, you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. I'll let him come back and watch the video. Hopefully, he'll watch it and see. All right. So let's go ahead on to our math, and let's look at the practice. Lesson 108, practice. The ones I started giving you answers to yesterday, so then somebody realized that I was in the wrong place. All right, here we go. Letter A is 22.27. B is 0.15. C is 0.948. D is 0.336. E is 8.98. F is 2.55. G is 10.98. H is 16.98. I is 48.95. And J is 0.625. Questions? Yes, Nathan.
May you repeat E?
E was 8.98. No others? Okay. All right. And let's go ahead and see who got check marks. Elizabeth, did you get a check mark? And you need to turn your, I don't know where you are. Yeah, you need, your microphone is off, so.
No.
All right, thank you. And then next would be Alina, microphone also.
I did it, but I can't find it.
Girl, you need to work on some organization skills, okay? All right, Yuri. Nope, okay. Daliana's not here anymore. Nathan.
No.
Okay. Tejas.
Yes.
Okay. You get a half lesson pass then. Let me know if you want to use it. If and when you want to use it. All right, and then Angelica. Angelica? Yeah, is your microphone off? Your microphone's off, Angelica.
No.
Angelica? Nope, okay. And then Nazar's not here. Giselle?
No.
Thank you. All right, Elijah?
Yes.
All right, Shalak?
Yes.
All right. And then Ella?
No.
All right, and David?
Yes, and I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Were there devotions yesterday?
What were the what?
Were there devotions yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't.
Well, I'll go over and look right now, see if they're there, but pretty sure
I didn't
they are
see
there.
any for. I didn't see any for yesterday.
Talking about for
either.
yesterday or for today?
Yesterday.
Let me see. Devotions for Wednesday. I see them right here. I'm looking right at them. 4:15.
No, 4:14.
Yesterday.
Oh, for Tuesday. Sorry, yeah, today's Wednesday, isn't it? Keep thinking it's Thursday. I'm doing all the things for tomorrow. All right, hold on a second. Let me go back and look. Oh, looks like they didn't get loaded up. Sometimes I'll be loading them and I don't realize that they're not actually loading. So I'll go back and put them up there. I'm not remembering if there was anything pertinent to what you needed to know for anything, but let me go back and look really quickly. I'll have to go back and look at some of the videos because some of them I didn't rename, so I'll have to go back and look at them and put them there. So that was yesterday?
Yes.
So how come people aren't asking me until today? Just out of curiosity.
I thought you were gonna load it up later.
Yeah, if it's not there, it's usually there first thing in the morning, 6 o'clock. So if you don't see it right away, let me know. Sometimes this thing does get messed up. I'll have to find which video it is. There are several here that aren't named, and I have to look to see which one is not named. It's not that one because that one only has. All right. Anyway, let's continue on for the moment. So for lesson 108, all right, number 1 is 2/3. Number 2A is pyramid, and B is 5 faces. Number 3 is 2.4 miles. Number 4A is 16 toothpicks, and B is 15 small squares or squares. 5 is B. 6 is 4, 8, 12, and 16. 7 is C. 8 is 9.845. 9 is 28.16. 10 is 22.25. 11 is 0.267. 12 is $8.75. 13 is 45,600. 14 is 22 with a remainder of 12. 15 is 36 cents. Any questions on that page? Okay, go ahead, Nathan.
On 2B, is it okay if I wrote 5 sides?
2B, 5 what?
Sides.
No, it would be faces. So it says how many faces does it have? So half off for that. So it'd be half off altogether for that. Okay, Elizabeth?
Would you please repeat number 1 and 2?
1 was 2/3. 2A was a pyramid, and B is 5 faces. Okay, David?
What if for number 7 I will K and M?
That's okay. Angle, did you put the angle sign?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. That's good. All right, any other questions from anybody? Can't see everybody's faces, but I see more than yesterday, that's for sure. All right, so here we go. Number 16 is 5. 17 is 1 1/15. 18 is 4 2/3. 19 is 5 7ths. 20 is 20. 21 is 1 1/8. 22 is 70. 23 is 3/10. 24 is 79 degrees Fahrenheit. And 25 is 89 degrees Fahrenheit. Any questions on that part? Okay, Yuri, go ahead. Your microphone again. Your microphone again.
Would you repeat 18?
Okay, 18 is 4 2/3. All right. All right, is that everybody? Okay, if you have a question when I call your name, just tell me if I can't see your face. I don't know if you're raising your hand for sure, so. All right, so here we go. Let's start with Elizabeth.
34.
Okay, 24. All right, gotcha. Lena?
There's a situation. There's a problem.
What's the problem?
I don't know how to explain.
Okay. Well, I don't know how to answer if you don't know how to explain it. Is it a problem with one of the answers? Is it a problem with something you did do, didn't do? What?
I did all my work yesterday, but I forgot my backpack in the car, and then Samuel locked the car and left the keys in the car.
You guys only have one set of keys?
Yes.
So how are you going to ever drive the car again?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, whenever you get it, just go back and watch the video and grade it and let me know the score.
Okay.
All right. Yuri,
20.
did you say 21? I couldn't hear you.
20.
20. Thank you. All right. Nathan,
22.
Tejas?
25.
Oh, okay. Was that a full lesson?
Yeah.
Tejas, you're doing amazing. How are you doing so amazing now?
Because I have more time to do it.
You had the same amount of time you had before.
Yeah.
All right. I got your half lesson pass here sitting here for you as well. All right. For that. All right. And then Sophia's not here anymore. Angelica.
21.
Thank you. Nazar, you didn't get to grade yours, did you? Your microphone's off, Nazar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't
So
get grade mine.
You'll have to go back and watch the beginning of the video because
Yeah,
there were
I'll
some
watch
things
it.
I told everybody that you need to know too. So, Giselle? Giselle, is she gone? I think she is. She's left. All right. Elijah?
24.
Schlock?
25 half lesson.
Okay. Ella? Ella's gone. Go ahead, Giselle, turn your microphone on and let me know what you got on that.
I didn't finish mine.
Okay, thank you. David?
25 full lesson.
All right. All right, so let's go ahead and look at lesson 109. This is kind of, I sort of covered this yesterday in the one particular example that I gave you guys. I made it so that you could, you were adding up whole numbers. And so if you look at the example there, it has this as your question. All right. So this is what it has there for the example, the one example that they have. And so again, as I mentioned yesterday, let me pick on somebody, maybe Ella, since you just showed up. Hey, Ella, do you have your score or did you not get everything?
I didn't get everything.
Okay. So which ones are you missing or is it too many to do now and you have to go back?
It's just the one after 20.
After 20? Okay. You ready? 21 is 1 1/8. 22 is 70. 23 is 3/10. 24 is 79 degrees Fahrenheit. And 25 is 89 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's 19 and a half.
Okay, thank you. All right. And I realize some of you get cut off, and I'm not sure why. I really don't know why. I can't figure it out myself. I'm not cutting you off. Maybe somebody else is. I have no idea. That's a possibility because anybody can pretty much cut anybody else off from the class if they wanted to.
Oh boy. Mr. Jones, my
Yeah.
phone died.
Your phone died. Oh, okay. Yeah. That you guys make sure you're charged up or plugged in at the time. That would be helpful. It does sometimes use up a good bit of power. So, all right. So talking about adding up whole numbers and decimal numbers, which we did yesterday. I did that as the example, actually. So what is the one rule then? I'll Ella, I was going to ask you, what is the one rule that we remember from yesterday that you have to know when you're adding, subtracting decimal numbers?
To line up the decimals.
Okay, to line up the decimals. You have to line up the decimals. So in the case of this one, then it would end up being this. And remember, on a whole number, it may not show the decimal, but the decimal is there right after the whole number, even though it's not written. So if you're going to add these together, this is kind of how you would line them up. Now, to make it so that it's easier to read, you can always add things like a 0 on the 6.2. Add a 0 so they're the same number of decimal places. And then for the 3, you just add 2 zeros. It's still equal to 3, but now you can see them. You get them all lined up. It makes it a little bit easier. So when you add them up, if you've already done it, you probably came up with 13.45 as your answer. All right. Any questions about how that works? Okay. Some of these lessons, like I said, they'll do little sort of what I call baby steps. Some of you are like, yeah, that's pretty easy. I already understand that, and that's fine. And then some of you are like, oh, I'm glad he reminded me of that because that's I had forgotten about that. All right. So we'll go ahead and give you a test one here. Oh, by the way, I would encourage you all. I know some of you haven't been involved in the stock market game. You can still get involved even if you haven't been doing it from the beginning. But things are starting to move now. And so far, I think Elijah is in first place. But he's only in first place by $600. It's the first 3 people that get the passes. So it's not just the first person. And right now, there are 2 people who are below $500, which each of you have in cash. And there are 3 people above it. And I think the next closest is $515. So it's not hard to make money on that stock market game to be able to earn 2 passes, one for math and one for anything after that. So, all right. So let's see here. Let's write a problem down for you. All right, there you go.
Mr. Jones, is this correct?
That's correct, David. Some of you, I can't see your picture, so you might want to correct Nathan, correct Tejas, correct Yuri. Other people, all the rest of you, I cannot see your picture right now. Let me pull you down and see if I can see you that way. Sometimes it shows up when... Hey, Yuri, Nathan, and Tejas, and David, why don't you guys turn your camera off for a moment and see if other people's pop up then? There's Elizabeth now, so.
Mr. Jones.
Who is that?
Schlock.
Yeah, I can't see your picture, so try your camera. If your camera's already on, then I can't. I'll tell you the answer. I'll show you the answer up here in a moment. Did you already show me yours, Elizabeth?
Can you repeat it?
It was 7.25 minus 4. I'll show you again here. So there's the problem. That's correct. Ella, I think it is. No, that's Alina. Correct, Alina? A little down there. There you go. That's correct, Elizabeth. Good job. See, some people have disappeared. Angelica disappeared. There's you correct, Giselle. Good job. All right, and so I think so. Schlock, here's what I have as the answer. Is that what you have?
Yes.
Okay, so you're good. All right. So I think everybody pretty much understands it, lining up those decimals and with the whole numbers in particular. Okay, let's go ahead and go on to language. Lost a lot of people. I only have 8 of you now. Lost 3 of you, 4 of you. All right, so language and page 166 for points. Also, Elizabeth, Alina, Tejas, Angelica, Nazar, Giselle, Elijah, Schlock, and Ella. I have not gotten your Charlie Brown thing that you were supposed to send me a picture of yesterday. None of you sent it to me. Okay? So if you have it, you need to send a picture to me. All right? I will keep hounding you for it until I get them from you. All right. So here we go. Page 166. These are all 1 point for each word that's supposed to be circled. Remember, there were, how many did I say there were altogether?
25.
25.
Yeah, 75. That's what I thought. Okay. So here we go. Let me get my language open here. All right. All right, here we go. Number 1, you should have circled Christmas and West. Number 2, Lincoln. Number 3, statue, liberty, and city. Number 4, Idaho, Thursday. Let me explain to you. If you circled something you weren't supposed to, it's minus half. If you missed one that I'm telling you, that's minus 1 for each word. Number 5, Europe. Number 6, there's nothing. Number 7, day should be capitalized. Number 8, Congress should be capitalized. Number 9, Middle Ages should be capitalized. Number 10, Searway Company and February should be capitalized. So Searway Company and February. Number 11, Southwest. Number 12, Glee Club and Monday. Number 13, nothing. Number 14, San Carlos Hotel. All 3 things. And number 15, Presbyterians and Baptists should both be capitalized. All right. Any questions on that? All right. Then let's go ahead and get your grade. All right, Elizabeth, how many did you miss?
1.5.
Okay. All right, Alina, I don't think you're here anymore. Looks like, okay. Yuri, are you here? Yeah. Okay, so Yuri, microphone.
4.
All right. And then Nathan?
2.
2, okay.
Minus 2.
All right. Tejas?
0.
All right. Angelica? Are you
Minus
here?
2.
2, okay, thank you. All right. Nazar disappeared again. Giselle? Giselle? Don't hear you, Giselle. Your microphone's not off, from what I can tell. If you can hear me, just send a chat message with what it is, or send a text to me with what it is. Elijah? He's gone too. Schlock?
Oh, minus 1.5.
Okay. Ella? Are you here? Doesn't look like you're here either. And then David.
Minus 1.5.
All right. I'm wondering if most of you guys, we've got this down pretty well as far as with Skype, using Skype, but it seems like people keep getting cut off. Now, I don't know if that's because of the number of people that are on, or if people keep forgetting to charge things, or if they their internet connection isn't good. I have used another one called, what's it called? Let me think here. Hold on. Called Zoom. Has anybody used Zoom before?
Oh.
Okay.
Me.
I might try that just to see at some time after we do this today. I know I can record. You've used Zoom too, Nathan?
Mr. Jones, Zoom, I think it has like a time limit of 40 minutes only.
That is, except the
It's
fact
like
that
an
I have a paid account.
Oh, okay.
So because I use it for my homeowners association, we just purchased it, and so I might try Zoom and just do a test with it. And I'll send you guys the information when we do it just to see. Maybe that will work better. I can actually, with Zoom, I can actually have 9 screens up large instead
Yeah,
of just
I see.
4. And so that might work better. But you're right, it does have only a 40-minute thing. But because I have that HOA account, I can use that one. It's all I'm using it is once a month for the HOA, so I don't think they would mind if I used it for the other thing anyway. So, all right. So we may try that. And for those of you that are having to watch the video because you got cut off or whatever, maybe that will work. And I may try to do a practice on that later on. The one thing I do need from you all, though, I'm trying to think what the best way to get in contact with you with that is. I'll tell you what. Well, once we're done with class, I'll go ahead and try to do it right away and get as many of you connected. That way you can try it right then. And I'll send you we'll have you stay on Skype, and then I'll send you the information through the Skype chat room as to what the meeting number is and then the password so that you can get onto it, and we'll see how that works, okay? That way we can see if Zoom might work a little bit better for everybody. But we'll do that right afterwards, and then I'll try to get the information to the people who aren't on here. Hi, Alina. Alina, did you get cut off or did you lose power? Alina? Oh, your microphone's off now. You just turned it off. Did you lose power, Alina? Can you turn your microphone on and let me know?
No.
Did you get cut off, or did you accidentally do something, or did it do it on its own?
I turned it off.
Oh, why did you turn your phone off?
Because I didn't want to get the answers.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I understand. All right. All you need to do is turn. I see what you're saying. All you have to do is turn your volume down. Don't turn your phone off.
It can't. It can't do that fully.
You can't turn your volume down?
I can, but not fully. I can still hear you if I turn it off.
Gotcha. Okay, I understand. One thing I was going to try to do, Aline, I was just telling everybody, because it seems like some people keep getting cut off. Right after we're done with class, after we do language here. In fact, I think you guys may have reading as well. But right after we do that, no, it's 6th grade that has, that's tomorrow. Hold on. Yeah, you guys do have a reading today together. But anyway, right after we're done with class today, I have a Zoom account. I'm going to try to get you guys set up. I'm going to send it on the chat room for the 5th and 6th grade to try Zoom. And we may do that instead, because Zoom, I have an account with Zoom, and it may work better than what Skype is doing. It seems like a lot of people keep getting kicked off, and maybe I can see you guys a little bit better and work a little bit more easily. So you would have to download Zoom onto your thing, but it's free. Your thing is free, and then we'll try to get connected that way. Okay, David? Yes.
Doesn't the password and the number for Zoom change every time you make a meeting?
No. You can actually, from what I understand, you can make it so that it's the same meeting. You can actually use that same number again, sort of like we do here. But I'll find out about that, and then I'll let you guys know and see.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
If you already have Zoom, how can you
Well, I would send you the meeting number and then the password for that meeting.
Okay.
That's how that works.
Excuse me, Mr. Jones.
Yes, Yuri.
My dad will have to do because I'm not allowed.
That's fine. I understand. And we're just going to test it to see if it works. Right now, we're still going to be using Skype. I'm just, because people keep getting cut off, like, see Nazar, he gets cut off a lot, I think. Nazar, did you get cut off again?
Yeah.
Is it power, or is it just because it just keeps happening to you?
I don't know.
Okay.
Sometimes it just
So
freezes. Sometimes it just turns off and you have to turn it back on.
And what are you using? Is it a phone?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and it could be your phone. I don't know what kind of phone you have. But wasn't yours like an 11X?
Yeah. 11
okay.
Pro Max.
So that shouldn't be a problem. What I was talking about doing was possibly doing a Zoom meeting, because I do have Zoom that I can use, and it might work a little bit better because it's more professional. And I do have an account that we can go past the 40-minute time frame. So I may try that right afterwards, and I'll send you guys. We can just do a little test afterwards to see if it works. Okay. All right. So anyway, we're back to page 167. So you'll have to go back, Nazar, and look at the video to see about 166 and what the answers were there. All right. So 167 special days. It talks about. It says fill in each blank with the name of the holiday, special day, or month needed to complete the sentence. You may refer to the list if you need to. January 1st is called, everybody.
New Year's.
New Year's Day, yeah. New Year's Day. That one should be pretty easy. And by the way, New Year's, years, Y-E-A-R apostrophe S, in case you're wondering. 2 special birthdays observed in February are, and if you're born in February, you're not one of them, in case you didn't know that. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. So let's see. Who knows? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Giselle.
Lincoln's birthday, Washington's birthday, and Valentine's Day.
Well, Valentine's Day is not a birthday, though. So the 2 birthdays are Lincoln's birthday and Washington's birthday. All right. And then on number 3, Easter usually comes in April, but may come in what month other than April?
May. March.
March would be the time it would come. Mary, see it says March or April there for it on the top there. All right. Number 4, on what day do we honor our dead soldiers? Does anybody know that?
Memorial Day.
It is Memorial Day. Yeah, Memorial Day is the day we honor dead soldiers. Number 5. What is the actual name for the 4th of July? The 4th of July?
Independence Day.
Yeah, Independence Day is the one, right? That's the actual name of it. By the way, do they have 4th of July in England?
No.
They don't? Then what do they do after the 3rd of July? It's to go to the 5th?
Never mind.
Ah, tricky. Yes, I got you. All right. Number 6. What comes in September? What holiday comes in September?
Summer.
Summer?
Labor Day.
Labor Day.
Labor
Yes,
Day.
Labor Day is what comes in September. That's your first holiday for the school year usually, is Labor. In fact, not usually, all the time. It's going to be Labor Day. You start one week and you already have to have a Monday off. It's just kind of crazy as far as I'm concerned. Number 7. What is on October 14th?
Columbus Day.
So Columbus Day, what year did he discover America or the Americas? Go ahead, Giselle.
1642. 1492.
1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. So not 1642, but at least you got the 2 part right. What day in November honors our soldiers?
Veterans Day.
Yeah, Veterans Day. The day that we honor people who have served in the military are called veterans. In fact, they'll use that word for anybody who's worked in any kind of thing. They say they are a veteran of that. They use that in football. How many of you watch professional football? Okay.
I do.
The first year you're there, what do you call it?
Basketball.
Same thing for any sport. The first year you're there, what do you call it?
A rookie.
A rookie. Okay. And so a rookie is somebody who's doing it for the first time. But a person who's been there more than a year, they call a veteran, somebody who's done it before. All right. And then in number 9, what is the day that we give thanks to God for his blessings?
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving,
Christmas.
yeah.
Oh, Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Christmas is not the day we give thanks. Although we should give thanks for Christ. But children look forward to Christmas in the day of blank that we commemorate Christ's birth. Everybody?
Christmas.
Christmas.
Nope.
This one's
It's the month we're looking for. The month.
December.
December, yeah. The day in December that we commemorate Christ's birth, which is December what?
December
25th.
25th. Can you believe it's only 8 months and 10 days until Christmas?
Yay! 8 months and 10 days.
Yeah, I know. It goes fast, doesn't it? Hi, Elijah. Hey, Elijah, question. I have everybody here, so pay close attention. All right? And I know that some of you may not be able to do this, but I want to do a test because I do have Zoom as well. And Zoom seems to be more professional, and it seems like people keep getting kicked off of Skype. Now, I don't know, did that happen to you, Elijah, to get kicked off, or did something else happen? You got kicked off? Okay. So I'd like to try a test right after we're done here to see if I can use Skype. I will leave a message. I'll put a message right after I'm done on Skype, and I'll
What?
try to do a meeting. If you already have Zoom downloaded, if you don't, you'd have to download it. If you do have it downloaded, you'd be able to use the meeting number and password that I give you, okay? And then you can use that for just to test it to see. We're not going to use it right away. I want to make sure everybody can do it beforehand in order to do that, okay? All right, so continuing on, let's look at the next page, page 168. All right, I'm going to ask you one at a time. So we'll start with Nazar. Give me the name of a national park. Do you know any names of national parks?
National Park, Yellowstone.
There you go, Yellowstone National Park. That would be capitalized. How about a city in our state, David?
Issaquah.
Issaquah is a city. Okay, very good. Have you been to Issaquah? I guess you guys have. All the sixth graders have been there because we went there last year for the field. Oh, was that this year? Oh, yeah, we went there this year. So all of us
Yeah,
were
we
there.
went here this
All right.
year.
Now, this is one I've had people get wrong before. Hopefully, you guys don't do this wrong. Let's pick on Nathan. An ocean east of the United States.
The Atlantic Ocean.
Yes, the Atlantic. I actually had people put Pacific Ocean before, believe it or not. All right. Elizabeth, name of a club.
Golf Club.
What did you say? The what club?
Golf.
I couldn't understand you. Can you say it one more
He
time?
said golf club.
Golf club. That's not the kind of club we're talking about. No. A club like a group that you belong to. Okay, Giselle, go ahead.
Girl Scout Club.
Girl Scout. Yep, that would be a club. The Girl Scouts is a club. Okay. They don't call it Girl Scout Club. They just call it the Girl Scouts. Okay. How about this month, Tejas? Or did
April.
you get? It's April. Yes, it is April. How about a language, Elijah? Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Ukrainian.
That's not a language. Ukrainian is a language. That's right. Ukrainian. I'm sorry. I was thinking something else. All right, Ella, how about the continent you live in?
North
You know
America.
what it is North America. Very good. All right. Here's a real hard one, Yuri. Unmute yourself. Tell me your school.
Home.
CVBS,
Give me the actual name. Do you know the actual name?
Christian Vista Baptist School.
Ooh, that is incorrect.
Cascade.
Cascade Vista Baptist School. Wow. Yuri, it's on your report card. It's on everything you get from our school. I guess they do use CVBS sometimes, though, don't they? Yes,
Yeah.
Giselle, what? You want to do next one? Famous person?
Piper Kell.
Who?
What?
Huh?
I know.
Who? Piper, who?
I know.
They see that.
Kell.
Who is that? Oh, Piper Markel? That
Yeah.
sounds familiar. Who is she?
Deadpool.
A girl.
She's just a girl. But is she famous?
YouTube.
On YouTube? I have not heard of her. Angelica, do you know who she is?
Yeah.
Who is she? What does she do on YouTube?
Juliana watches her all the time.
Do you guys watch this girl on YouTube?
No.
I don't.
No.
I hope so. Okay, I hope not.
PewDiePie. PewDiePie.
Juliana, yes.
Oh, that's the one that does Cutie Pie?
Oh,
Nathan.
beautiful.
You have a famous person?
Chase Norman. He's
Who's
an
that?
actor. He's an
Chase
actor.
Norman?
Yeah, he's
Chase
an
Norman is
actor.
his name? Is he a
Yeah.
Christian actor or is he a regular actor? Or?
I don't know. He does like multiple different shows, but I just seen
Give me
him
one of
on
them.
different. Like this show where he's like some kind of superhero, but I don't know.
Okay.
He's Naruto.
Like,
Fairly well known, yes. All right.
yeah.
Tejas, give me. Oh, maybe you already give me one, haven't you? Hey, let's see, Mr. Pashoniak.
Yeah.
Give me the country besides the United States or Ukraine. Give me another one.
Russia.
Okay. Schlock, give me a different one besides those three.
What?
a different country besides those three that we just mentioned.
America.
Sir, I just said, okay. Schlock, remember our discussion we had yesterday afterward?
Yeah.
Is this going on right now? Because you're not paying attention to what's going on. Okay. So I said a country besides our country, Ukraine or Russia, which is what somebody else just named.
India.
India, okay. Anybody else want to give another one? Alina, how about you, Alina? Microphone.
I don't know.
You don't know of any other country?
Oh, I got one. Hawaii.
Seriously? How about country north of where we live?
They don't know. I know.
You got to know another country. Come on, Alina. You don't know what country is north of where we are, Alina?
No. Jones, it's
Seriously?
on a book. It's in
Yeah.
a book.
There is a picture on the next page. You look. Oh, you don't have your book. That's right. I forgot. Yours is in the locked car with the key in it. Well, I bet your dad's happy about that. All right. So what country is north of the United States, everybody?
Canada.
Canada. How about south of the United States?
From right there,
Mexico.
don't untap it.
Brazil.
Mexico.
And that's the
Okay.
computer is that in this computer.
All right. Let's move on to Think B. Think B, you're going to do on your own, and it will be for points. And also, remember C will be as well. All right. Then, look at Think D. Think D, basically,
But she can't do.
it says there, so everybody pay attention there. It says, find the 10 capitalization errors on the map. Write the words correctly on notebook paper. You can correct it right there in the book. That one's not for points, though. But then Think E will be. You're going to see which one is the correct one. Circle the correctly capitalized word. So using those rules, so B, C on page 168, and E on 169 are for points, but don't forget to do Think D as well. All right? Any questions about that? All right, get out your reading. Don't forget to write that in your book, by the way. All right, so we're going to be doing another lesson today together. It's you got work text pages 143, 144, but 368, 369. It's called 100-meter dash. We're going to do it together.
You have to put him up there. And put on it, and you could do it. So that, like, only that comes down, and you could just take it away.
All right, so follow along as I read.
What page was it?
Page 368, 369.
Huh? Yeah, this is just.
368, 369 in reading.
That is my one.
All right, it's called 100-meter dash by Morgan Reed Person. Illustrated by Kathy Flug. Searing crack of thunder, starter's pistol that sent me leaping from my dreams to challenge black clouds, rolling inches of rain, world champions in this event. Big drops splat the dust, drum on barn roofs, pummel under the trees, slick down grass beneath my very heels, it seems. A lightning surge, if you can just, hot breath on my neck again. Then a sound around like great crowds cheering me as I pass, thundering applause as I slam in, shut rattling rain out and win. Now, what is a 100-yard dash normally? Somebody tell me. Go ahead, Giselle.
Lightning.
No, I mean, in a real 100-meter dash, what really is a 100-meter dash? David, you can put that down, please. Thank you.
Mr. Jones.
Go ahead, whoever that was. Go ahead, Tejas.
Pages. A race?
Yeah, it's a race that they do in Olympics or they do in track and field events. A 100-meter dash is an actual race that they run. Now, you run full speed. as fast as you can for the whole 100 meters. That's the way that race works, as opposed to a marathon where you're running 26.2 miles. So you pace yourself, obviously trying to run as fast as you can, but you got to save your energy so you can make it last the whole 26.2 miles, which is a long race. Same thing even for a mile. If you guys were to run, and I don't know how many times around the outside perimeter that Mr. Rasmussen would have you do. I'm not sure how many times that would be, but if you run like from the back of the building, from where my back door is, and you ran around the building 9 times and then half the time up to the front, and you stay kind of on the inside, not on the sidewalks and stuff, but just on the inside of the parking lot, 9.5 times is actually a mile. Well, you wouldn't run that as fast as you can the whole way. I don't think most of you could do that. Some of you might be able to. I think probably Elijah, although he's not here right now, probably Elijah, who has to run a lot for soccer. If you ever played soccer, that you're just constantly running and then kicking the ball. So now, Giselle mentioned something as to what she thought it was at first, because she thought I was asking a different question. What exactly is happening in this scenario in this poem? Let's go with Angelica. What is exactly happening here? Something that can happen to any of us if we happen to be playing outside when something occurs. Angelica? Turn your microphone off. So, do you have anything, Angelica? Okay. How about you, Nathan? What do you think?
You get hurt, like.
No. Let me give you a description. All right. I was 5 years old, lived in Florida. We lived at a trailer park when I was that age. And in the middle of this trailer park, there's this, well, to me, it was gigantic. It was a gigantic playground. Monkey bars and slides and all kinds of things. Bless you. Are you supposed to sneeze into your arm, not in your hand? Anyway, monkey bars and slides and all kinds of things to climb on and play on. Now in Florida, this is where I lived when this was going on. I may have been even 4 years old at the time. I don't remember. But in Florida, there's something that happens in Florida. If anybody of you have been there, that it happens often, pretty much every day, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day, because of the heat and everything. What is it, Tejas?
Lightning?
Yeah, well, not just lightning, but what does lightning come with?
Tornado?
No, tornado's not that often. Okay, David?
Storm?
Yeah, thunderstorm. Okay, thunderstorm will happen. Well, I remember being out there, and when you're playing, especially as a kid, you have a tendency to tune out everything else that's going on around you. You're focusing on playing. You're focusing on that thing that you're doing at that time. And so I remember being out there, and I remember suddenly there was thunder. And that got everybody's attention. And, of course, all the kids that were there playing, there were several of us there, we all just scattered. And I had my brother with me. And he was probably, he was a year younger than I was, so probably 4 or 3 years old. I guess he would have been 4. I must have been 5 at the time. And we both took off toward our trailer to where my mom was. Well, unfortunately, and, of course, the storm was getting close fast, and it started thundering more and started raining. And we did the 100-meter dash, as this story describes, and ended up that we both got to the door, and we started pounding on the door, and my mom wouldn't answer. Well, we were scared to death, because thunderstorms down there can be pretty bad. But not only that, we were only little kids, and so thunderstorms are scary, much scarier to little kids than they are to older ones. And we were pounding on the door for, it seemed like about 5 to 10 minutes, before my mom finally came. Well, she was vacuuming, so she couldn't hear us pounding on the door. And so we were stuck out there, and so we were both crying by the time we got inside. And You know, I was only 5. Don't laugh at me. I was only 5. Well, maybe I was 25. I don't remember. No, I was 5 years old. So it was a pretty dramatic thing for us, that my mom didn't answer the door right away, because of course when you're that young, even a little bit older, you expect your parents to be there for every problem that you face, right? Everything that you face, you expect them to be there. So that was the thing. But you see there, if you from the East Coast, you understand thunderstorms more than you do here on the West Coast. During the summertime, there are some times when almost every day, even living in Northern Virginia where we would have thunderstorms that would pop up in the afternoons. Now go ahead and turn to page 143 on your work text. 143 on your work text. All right, so what you are looking at here is something that we call personification. It was in that poem that we just read. Personification talked about the different things that an inanimate object, something that's not alive, does. That is a human quality. Okay. For instance, looking at the rain. It's talking about the rain. It says a sound around like great crowds. You know, when rain falls, it suddenly falls and it's really heavy. You know, when we've been in the classroom, we've heard it before, especially when we've had hail. Do you remember that hail last year where it filled up the parking lot and basically covered the whole parking lot, and it was like it had snowed? And remember when it was hitting the roof and we could hear it? Well, they gave it personification in the story where it says, cheering me as I pass, thundering applause as I slam in. And so now, can rain applaud like human beings can? It can. So it has hands and it claps. David's like, well, maybe not. No, it doesn't. It just sounds like applause. So we give it that human quality, which we call personification. So personification is giving human characteristics to an object. Hail is an object. Hail does not have hands. It cannot applaud. Okay, so let's go through these. All right, it says, I could feel the clock on the wall watching me as I worked. And then the second one, as I worked, I kept watching the clock to see the passing time. What human trait does the clock have? What human trait does the clock have?
Watching?
Anybody?
Watching.
Not. That's not a human trait as much as what would it be? What would a clock be watching with that would be human? How would a clock watch you? With what?
Face.
Yeah, with eyes, right. It'd be watching with eyes. Okay, so you got to look at the human trait that it would be. Now, I guess watching is a human action, but we're talking about an actual human trait. All right, number 2, the leaves on the trees rustled in the wind as the bus sped along the highway. As our bus sped along, the trees on the side of the mountain waved at us. Okay, so which one, first of all, would be the one that shows personification? Would it be the first one or the second one?
Second one.
Okay, second one. So fill in that dot. And then what human trait would it have, David?
Hands.
Hands, right. You wave with your hands. By the way, the first dot should have been filled in. One there. All right, number 3. The wind blew the leaf helter-skelter along the top rail of the fence and finally down to the ground. Or the second one, the oak leaf tiptoed along the fence and then stumbled and fell to the ground. All right, so which one shows personification? Let's go to Angelica. Which one shows personification? The first one or the second one?
The first one.
And where would the personification be there? What human trait is shown there? Or human characteristic? Do you want to change to the second one? Look at the second one. Okay, so what would the human? Okay, so what would the human trait be or human characteristic? What is the leaf doing that humans do? Yeah, very good. Tiptoed would be it. So the second one. And then what human trait does the leaf have, Lena? Oh, you don't have your books. Never mind. How about Nathan?
Stumbling, like.
Well, that's not a human characteristic. What's a human trait?
Oh. It fell to the ground.
Eyes, hands, Giselle?
Legs.
Oh, feet.
Feet, yes, feet, because you tiptoe with your feet. That's where your toes are on, your feet. Tippy toes. I know some of you, when you try to compare your height to other people, you stand on your tippy toes while you're doing that, comparing to someone else. All right, so on number 4, 5, 6, and 7, it's asking you specific questions. Number 4, it's asking you, what are the trees being compared to? And so you would write the answer for that. On number 5, what human trait do the feet have? So they're saying the feet are the thing, but what trait do they have? And then number 6, same thing. What human trait does the buzzer have? And then number 7 asks you, what does the author say of the plant that can be true only of people? Okay. All right. So look at the next page, 144. So you'll finish those 4 on your own. But 144, I want to help you on this one because this one often people get a little bit confused about. All right. What you have here is what you would find in a library on a computer that's giving you the information that is about a particular book. Okay. So you have the title, the author, when it was published and where it was published, the description of it. It was 230 pages, illustrations on page 26, and then notes, library journal notes, Kirkus Review. Those are references that talk about this particular book, is what it's saying. The notes, it talks about in pre-Civil War Wyoming, a teenager's life. It's giving you basically a synopsis of the story. It's giving you a little sum up of the story. A teenager's life is complicated when a strangely hostile father trades the boy's beloved horse to the Pony Express. And then the subject is about horses, and it's a fiction. The subject is also, it's about the West, U.S., in the U.S. West, and it's a fiction. The material, it's a book, monograph, one color, in other words. And then copies owned. That library has 1 copy, and the copies that they have in at that time is 1 copy. All right, so you notice the call number at the bottom. F stands for what? What does F stand for? Go ahead, Giselle.
Available.
How does F stand for available? No, you're thinking of status. That's the status is available. That means it's available to be checked out. What does the F stand for? We talked about what type of book is it? Everybody?
Fiction.
Yeah, it's a fiction. So that's what the F stands for. So, you know, on the back of the books, and I'll show you one. Like this one right here. You see the back of the book. This has a call number. This one's different because it has a barcode with it. But it's P6 and then BDZ-473. That's the way they catalog it in the library. Remember when we went to the library and you guys looked for the call numbers? This one is a fiction. What does the HEN stand for then? Anybody? HEN. Look through that information. Where do you see something with HEN in it? Look near the top.
Henry?
Yeah, Henry. That's the author's last name. That's what so it's a fiction, and HEN is the author's last name. Now, sometimes I'll have even more information depending on the person. So, what is the call number for this book? Which one is it? FHEN or 1972? Which one is the call number?
FHEN.
Yeah, FHEN is the call number. So that's your answer for that. Who is Marguerite Henry?
Author.
Yeah, he's the author. Or she's the author. Sorry, Marguerite is the girl's name. In which section of the library would you find this book? Nonfiction or fiction? Yuri? Microphone? What's that?
That was just my cousin. Fiction.
It is fiction. Very good. All right. And then number 4, what year was the book published, David?
1972.
Yeah, 1972. It said they're published in Chicago by Rand McNally in 1972. By the way, Rand McNally was also a very well-known map maker as well. That's one of their big things. All right, now we're going to down to the thing. It says, help each person with this book problem. Complete the chart with the type of catalog card needed, whether it's an author, a subject, or a title. Now, you have read about these already in your reading, the 3 different types of ways that card catalogs work: author, subject, or title. Then it says, write the information each person would look for to find the answer to his problem. All right, so Mike wants to read the book entitled Nothing Daunting. So what kind of card would he use? Would he use a author, subject, or title card?
Title.
Title card, because that's what he's looking for. What would he look for?
The call number.
No, call number wouldn't be a title.
Oh, the Nothing Daunted.
Yeah, he would look for Nothing Daunted. So you see how you put the title for the type of card and Nothing Daunted in what you're looking for. Okay, and I'll let you finish those other 2, and then the other backside there, and that's it. So I'm going to work on my test right now, and I will put on the chat room. So leave your Skype up and put on chat room. If you do have Zoom already, we can test it. If you don't have Zoom, if you can download it, go ahead and download it, the Zoom, and then we'll try to see if you can connect through that. I will set up a meeting on Zoom. I'm going to have to hang up here first, and then I will put the information on the chat room. So if you want to see on the chat room what the information is so that you can try to connect, then go ahead and do that. All right, any other questions?
Mr. Jen.
Yes.
If we already have Zoom, do we have to do the test? Like.
No, all you'll need to do, yeah, I would like to test to make sure I can connect to you just real quick, if you can. Okay? All right, it won't take very long. I'll get it set up, and I'll send you the information. I'll put it on the chat room, so look for it on the chat room for Skype. All right? All right, see you guys tomorrow if there's no other questions. And for some of you who have Zoom, I'll see you on Zoom in a second. All right. Bye.
Notatus.
Yeah.
Have you heard about the crazy live event that's going to be happening?
Huh?
Ali's new video, watch it. It's called It's Been Delayed, and he has another one.